everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to this weekend's beauty update. I'm not going to be doing a official December favorites video, but I did want to share some new products that I've purchased recently, some first impressions on those products, and just overall some products that I've been into and that I wanted to mention. So I guess a beauty update video is kind of in between a haul video, favorites, first impression, all those things combined, but just in a more casual, laid-back setting. So I'm going to start with a hair product, and I actually bought this a week ago from the drugstore. It was on sale for $4.99, which is awesome. And it's the Tresemme Heat Protectant. Very pleasantly surprised by this. I have a Bumble & Bumble spray that's like a leave-in conditioner, detangler, and heat protectant all in one. So that's what I usually use. But with that one, you have to use it on damp hair, and you have to use it before you blow dry it. And I just wanted something that I can use on second or third day hair. I could just use it on dry hair before I put in some curls, and that's why I got this, and I've really been enjoying it. The next thing I wanted to talk about is a Paula's Choice skincare product, and it's the Paula's Choice Clear Daily Skin Clearing Treatment. I've been using it for the last week or so, and I bought it because I want to see how it compares against my beloved Kate Somerville Anti-Bac. This is about half the price of the Kate Somerville, and you get a lot more product. They both contain 5% benzoyl peroxide, so I thought they would be similar. Obviously the packaging is different. The Kate Somerville comes in an airtight pump. The Paula's Choice just comes in a squeezy tube. And I do prefer the pump system of the Kate Somerville, and the consistency of the Kate Somerville is a little thicker. So when you put it on a blemish as a spot treatment, it just stays there, whereas this is a lot more runny. But in terms of efficacy, I feel like they work the same. I feel like this is a good dupe for this. Even though I do like this a little bit better, the fact that this is half the price and you get more product, and it actually, when it comes to helping the blemishes heal, it works just as well. I feel like this is definitely worth a try. Two coconut primers that I don't think I've ever talked about in my videos. I've talked about this on my blog a couple of times, but I've never talked about the Marc Jacobs one. So it's the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer and the Marc Jacobs Visible Undercover Coconut Primer. These are incredibly similar, but I feel like if you have oilier skin, you will get along better with the Too Faced one. If you have drier skin, more dehydrated, I think you will really love the Marc Jacobs. They're both really great for winter. In the winter, most of us tend to get skin that's a little bit drier, a little bit more dehydrated. So I just wanted to mention these. I've been using them a lot in the last couple of weeks. Not so much this one because my skin is on the oily side, but sometimes my skin's a little bit dry and I can get away with using this. But I definitely recommend this if you have drier skin. If you are on the oilier side, but you get a little bit dehydrated in the winter, you will like the Too Faced. And the foundation that I've been using nonstop for the last couple of weeks is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation. I have this in the shade number 27. It's a foundation I'm wearing right now. I didn't even need to powder it. Learning to apply it so it doesn't look cakey and terrible is a little bit of a learning curve. First time I tried it in a store when it first came out at Sephora, I really hated it, but that's because I just piled it on with my fingers. I didn't know what I was doing, and it just looked so cakey and gross. But if you apply this with a buffing brush and just a little at a time, or if you use a beauty blender, but again, just a little bit at a time, a little goes a long way. This is definitely the most full coverage foundation that I own. I've just been really enjoying it. So if you have combination oily skin and you like a medium to full coverage, and you want a foundation that stays put and doesn't even need powdering, you will like this. This is worth a try. It's got a funky applicator. It looks like it would be one of those pipette applicators, but it's not. It's just like a dotting tool. So you just dot it all over your face, and then you blend it out with a bluffing brush or a beauty blender. If you want to see how I apply it, I do apply it in my most recent makeup tutorial. I will link to it up on the screen if you haven't checked that out, but just wanted to talk about this again. I have a full review of it on my blog. My favorite thing about it is the way it kind of fills in the texture that I have on my cheeks. So if you have acne scars, you know, sometimes the acne scars that leave a little bit of an indentation, that texture can be a little bit hard to cover, and I feel like this just fills in that texture really nicely, so I do recommend it for that. Another skincare product I wanted to talk about is this Kate Somerville RetAsphere Micro Peel. I bought this in their Friends and Family sale. I was really intrigued by it. It's a retinol and glycolic peel treatment. I've only used it once, and it looks like half the tube is gone. So I'm not sure why. I don't know. I didn't even use that much. I just used a couple of pumps of it. But I don't know if they all come like this. It just felt like half the tube was just filled with air. So that was really disappointing considering this is a very expensive product. And I did like it, but I'm really bummed about how little product you actually get in the bottle. So that was a bit of a bummer. But I'm gonna keep using it, planning on just using it about once a week, and then I will let you know my final verdict. On my last trip to Sephora, I made 2 purchases and I have been using both of them a lot. The first is the Kat Von D High Voltage Eye Primer. I was drawn by this because it has like a thicker yellow consistency, so I get a lot of redness underneath my eyebrows sometimes, so I felt like this would do a great job at concealing that redness and just making a really nice base for eyeshadow. I absolutely love the base that this creates, but it's not as good as preventing creasing as my Urban Decay primer, so that's a bummer. Out of all the eye primers that I've been trying, the Urban Decay, I just keep going back to it because that's the only one that can prevent creasing in eyeshadows for the longest time. So I have been liking it. I will continue using it. I don't hate it, but I would go back to the Urban Decay once I use this up. The other product I've been obsessed with is the lip product, and it's what I'm wearing right now, and it's a NARS Matte Velvet Lip Pencil in the color Bahama, and I love this. I've really been into this dark mauve brown lip. This is, if you like Bond Girl by Charlotte Tilbury, you will really like this. This is similar to Bond Girl, but it's more, it's less warm. It's got more of that mauve element to it, which I love. It makes your teeth look whiter. I've been obsessed with these colors for this season. There's a couple of other colors that I've been gravitating towards in the same color family. I have a blog post on it if you want to see swatches and if you want to see other options if you like colors like this. I'll put a link to the blog post below, but I've really been enjoying NARS Bahama, and it's what I'm wearing right now. And the NARS Matte Velvet Lip Pencils, I love the fact that they're easy to apply. They come, you know, they're in a pencil shape, so you don't have to worry about wearing a lip liner with it. And the last thing I want to talk about is nail polish, and it's the nail polish color that I'm wearing right now. This is from the Essie Winter Collection, and it's the color Virgin Snow, and it's just this really, really pretty pale powder blue. I really like it. It's a nice change from all the darks and reds that I've been wearing for the holiday season. Sometimes I like to just take a break and do something a little bit more clean cut, and this is really, really perfect. I also bought the Essie Gel Setter because my Sèche Vite is, I'm almost on the last few drops of that. So I thought I would try something new, and I've really been enjoying this top coat. It dries quickly, it leaves your nails with really, really shiny. I don't feel like it has helped my nail polish last any longer than it usually did with Sèche Vite or any other top coat, but if you're really into shiny, glossy nails, you will enjoy this. And I actually have a little giveaway on my blog going on right now for an Essie Gel Setter top coat and this nail polish. Unfortunately, because of nail polish transportation issues, I can only have the giveaway for Canadian viewers. So if you are Canadian and if you want a chance to win this little duo, be sure to check out my blog. I'll have a link to the giveaway on the screen and in the description box below. I just thought it'd be a fun little gift set to give away for the holidays. So I think that's about it. If you have any questions about any of the products, please feel free to put them below. Let me know what you've been liking. If you have any suggestions or recommendations for me, I always love reading your comments and your recommendations. So I hope you're having an awesome weekend, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.